everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Britt here, and today I'm pretty excited because I am finally going back into Traveler's Notebook. Now, I did do a video on this Traveler's Notebook probably a month or so ago. It was to decide which notebook of all my regular standard size Midori notebooks I'm going to use, like what cover I'm going to use when I go back into my Traveler's Notebook. So this was the winning notebook, and this is the Traveler's Company original style Traveler's Notebooks, and I have it set up. I also did a setup video, but I have changed it since then. So what I'm going to do for you today is show you my setup, and then I'm going to show you all the things I've done so far, and then we're going to do a spread together. So, for those of you who have not seen the previous video of my Traveler's Notebook and the setup, I will link it above so that you can. Now as I open it, this is the notebook I'm working in. So the previous notebook in my other video was this one, and this was actually a 003 notebook that has the blank pages, and I did do a setup and like a cover with me type setup in the previous video. I'm not working in this one right now. I don't know why. I really wanted to work in this book, and this book is actually the grid notebook. Now, I'm not 100% sure if this is a Midori or a Traveler's Company notebook or not. I have a feeling that it's not, but this is the grid, and I know that they sell grid paper. So, let's see. So I have this notebook first. Then I have a zippered pocket, which I received from Rowena. It was a wonderful gift of hers, or surprise gift of hers. And then I have the blank 003 notebook that I will use soon. And then I have a notebook that Rowena also gave to me, and this is the dot grid, I guess. It's called dot grid, right? Can't remember the proper name, but she also surprised me with this notebook as well. So these two are blank, and in this pocket folder I am just housing some pictures and some ephemera pieces that I didn't want to get lost. So that's a benefit of having that, and it also has pockets where I can fit some stickers and again some photos. Now, I'm really working in this notebook, and I actually started it not too long ago. So I'm going to take it out so we could do a flip through, and then so we can also do a spread. Also, before I take this away, I did make these bookmarks. I have a video on these. And then here is just a clear pocket, which I got from the Target dollar spot. They come around, I think once or twice a year, mainly around the school time. I did hear that someone was able to find some of these pocket stickies from the Target dollar spot, like at the end of the school year, like recently, this month or last month. So they only come out every so often, but they're so inexpensive that you can get quite a few packs if you see them. So that's what's here, and I've had this in here for quite a while, and it still sticks, so it's a pretty good pocket. Sorry for the glare. So that's what that is. And then I changed out the strap so that it is green, and then I added this little cute dog charm in the front. So I'm going to set that aside as I drop it on the floor, and we're going to work in this notebook. So here the idea behind this notebook is to be able to use my ephemera pieces, all my little bits and bobs that I have in my stash that I hardly ever touch, and to be able to use all of them up, or as much of them up, because I don't use them any like otherwise. And I also wanted one big theme for this notebook, and that is to keep all of the photos black and white. And so that would be the one thing you see in common with all the pages, but also to just be able to use all my little bits and bobs to make a collective, cohesive page. So in the front, I pretty much took some stickers. I have some thread, which is from Tim Holtz. I have some washi pieces here, and then I have some tracing paper, and I'm actually using tracing paper a lot in my spreads, and I find that I'm really happy I got that paper. That paper pad, which I did get from Amazon, and it looks like this. It's called Studio 71 tracing pad, and there's 100 sheets. So I'm actually not even using this tracing paper as tracing paper. I'm using it, I'm repurposing it to use for just part of my bits and bobs, and to make the page have a different texture. So here you see I actually wrote out white and black in the Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen here. And then recently, I didn't do this all in one day. I actually did everything else, and then I did this actually the day I'm filming it right now, this video, and this is a wax seal. So I felt like I needed something that would kind of pop out of the page, and I realized I have wax seals I only use once a year, really, and I wanted to add that. So it's pretty cool. It's like a gold, color, and I have like a peony flower, which I accidentally stamped upside down, but it still looks okay. And so that's how the front cover looks. And then we get into the pages. So here is the first page. This page is just pretty much sets a tone for how I plan on documenting my life in this notebook. And so I'm using photos that are always going to be black and white, and then I will be using bits and pieces to kind of frame photos and to show depth within the page. And yeah, just trying to be creative with all the little bits and pieces that I have. Now, I'm not really trying to buy anything new, but to use all that I currently have in my stash, which should hopefully fill up this notebook. And yeah, so let me know if you guys have any questions. Most of these are like washi. You'll see here, this is a washi. I have some, I think it's called Maste washi tape. But most of these washis you should be able to search either through Amazon or other like Etsy sellers. They're pretty, most of the tapes I have are pretty popular tapes that you've probably seen from other YouTube videos, so they're not those types of washi that are very unique, that are limited quantity. So I'm also using my fountain pens to write in here. I want to keep the colors kind of neutral and not too bright. Second page is pretty similar. I will be using a lot of my brush pens to kind of take up space with just brush script, which I kind of like, kind of keeps things easier to look at instead of having so much writing. And then I kind of wanted to be able to chop up the writing so that it's not overwhelming, really. And so that's what I'm doing here. Also, I'm using a lot of the Tim Holtz stickers and some other word stickers from Tim Holtz I'll be using a lot. I really love this black washi tape that I got from Amazon. This is a Maste tape, I believe. So I've really been enjoying using clusters in the page because it's just interesting to look at. When you stare at it, you really see that I'm using more than a couple of pieces. And it's like, oh, there's one here, there's one here, here. Oh, there's something here. And then this is see-through, so you can see behind it. Here, there's like a ton of things showing, and it looks like there's a lot of depth in this cluster, and I really like how that looks. Here I have these sticky notes that I got from Amazon. They're really cool, and they're in the shape of a cloud, which I thought was neat, and so I'll be using these a lot, and you can write on them. It's a little bit different, and that is the color choices I've used. I'm still keeping with a not so bright tone, but you can see there's hints of red that I'm using. So I'm trying to make sure that the page kind of coordinates together without using the same exact pieces every single time. Trying to change it up but still be able to use all my bits and bobs. Also, I forgot to mention that this is the first page I actually drew something, so I really liked how it looks, and I think I will be using my pens also to draw things out as well. So here's another page, and I added some more wax seal to this page. I did a lot more clustering and layering. Now, one of the challenges I'm having is using a glue stick rather than the adhesive roller tape. And that's just because the glue sticks are cheaper than the adhesive roller tape. And you can tell with all the stuff I'm adding to a page how quickly I will probably be using up that adhesive roller. So I got these Ranger Mini Collage glue sticks, and it came in a pack of like 10. And I thought that for the price of, I think it was $8, $9, that it was a good deal. And so I'm trying to use this a lot more often, but you can see that I'm still coming across some issues with some things not sticking 100%, and therefore I do have to use alternative forms of adhesive. So that brings us to the next page, and it is a blank slate. So I'm going to show you exactly, kind of walk you through how I do this. And I think so instead of making this video about 100 minutes long, I decided to split it up. I know some of you probably do not like super long videos, so I'm trying to keep it under 15 minutes, and therefore the next video will have an actual tutorial where I'm walking you through how I make these clusters, including the thought process behind how and where I place my photos on the pages. So please join me in the next couple videos, and I appreciate you guys for watching this video. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!